to the offensive line? I know you got some guys that are a little dinged up. I mean, how's your feeling about that group going on?
Yeah, we've been a little inconsistent up there. I mean, we've kind of been trading, taking turns with different guys. We're a little banged up, so that hasn't helped. But the one thing about that offensive line, they always have to play together as one, and that's when you're trading guys in and out a lot. That you suffer a little bit there. So we got to get that cohesive group back together.
What do you see Jordan Westerkamp back in practice? Is he back?
Yeah, he looks good.
Being the guy he is?
I think so, yeah. I think, he's had a little bit of time to heal, and I think that he's looking good running around. I think they're going to make sure and check him out fully before they clear him for 100% contact, but he looks good moving around.
Coach, what stands out to you with the Wisconsin defense?
I think the physicality of their linebackers is the biggest deal. That's a very solid group, all four positions. They've got good speed. They rush the passer. They drop in coverage. They've been really tough, not giving up points. They're top to bottom. I've really been impressed with them as a group. Probably the best group we've faced.
What challenges do they provide on things like option zone reads and kind of constricting the space when Tommy tries to get outside?
Yeah, they've been very good. Kind of outside in, especially you look at Ohio State with the amount of zone read they ran, the ability to really, keep the quarterback in a tight window and then rally to the ball. I think that's the challenge is how much can you spread them out? They do such a good job with the interior guys of containing them. And then in that 3-4 look, they've got outside edge rushers that can do the same thing and then get a push inside. So they give you some challenges with that for sure. They've got fast guys that do a nice job of pushing from inside.
So when you look at your own offense's struggles to kind of control those A gaps and B gaps, what does your offensive line got to do this week to kind of overcome it?
You really have to be sound, technical, and fundamentally, they've got to be able to move some guys. We've got to be able to block with good angles, making sure we get and create some seams for those backs. Being a 3-4 team, you're going to have to move that interior, that nose tackle a little bit to create some holes, and then you're going to have to hold off the ends, and you're going to have to deal with one of 4 different guys coming each time. So you're going to have to be on your toes and all the different looks they'll give you pressure-wise.
How challenging is that for you? I mean, how much of a fun challenge is it for you as a coordinator to try to figure out ways to poke holes?
Yeah, it's not that much fun. They're good. They're very good. They're very well coached. We've seen Justin Wilcox before at Washington and SC and Boise. We've had some experience with him. He's a very good coach. They give you a lot of. That defense has always defended the quarterback runs well. They're just sound. They don't give up big plays, and they give you a lot of different looks, especially in pressure.
You guys are working with some crowd noise today in practice. Is that? I'm sure you're anticipating a fairly raucous.
Yeah, we're going to be well prepared for that. We started that from day one, and making sure that we're ready for. We really haven't gotten even our road games. I wouldn't say we've had a ton of maybe Northwestern from our own fans more than anything. So we expect a pretty rowdy crowd for a night game in Wisconsin for sure.
What's the hardest game atmosphere you guys face at Oregon State?
Oregon, yeah, that Oregon crowd, they are really loud. That place has been known for one of the loudest in the country. We also played at Wisconsin when we were out there, so we've been there before. Unlike some of the other conference opponents, that third quarter jump around deals a real thing. So we've had that playing a little bit today, and I just think it's a little unsettling, so you have to make sure and practice for it.
Is there anything about the way Wilcox runs his defense that is different from what Aranda did last year?
They've got a little bit similar style, real similar style. I think Wilcox probably gives you a little more pressure looks. They really interchanged their linebackers in terms of stunts and pressures. They played a little bit differently probably against Ohio State just from the threat of the quarterback runs. I would anticipate getting a little bit some similar looks there. But I think that overall it's not a huge change from last year's philosophy.
Is that stuff that they do? Isn't that the stuff that's giving you guys problems?
Yeah, they've the stunting and slanting and linebackers crossing, that stuff has been challenging for us at times. So we have to make sure and get ready to go and be able to anticipate it and then work quickly to the second level.
A couple guys said yesterday was one of the best practices the team has had since fall camp. What did you see today?
I thought we were sharp. I think that yesterday we were focused and ready to go. I think today was some more of the same, which is good to see. I think we're always, working for that consistency in practice and continuing to prepare and peak on Saturday. So I think it's good to see that we've been locked in and ready to go.
One thing you'd love to see Tommy do in this game, maybe he hasn't done in a couple most recent games, what would it be?
I think just make good decisions. I think there's been a couple plays here and there that we'd like to take back, have back, and it's been mostly a decision or two, and so I think just making sure we're playing smart. We're not trying to do too much. I think just continuing to make good decisions to take care of the ball, that'll be a big key for us.
Zigbo, one carry in the last 2 games. How important is it to get him more involved?
Well, he hadn't been healthy, and so that's been part of the thing that we're trying to work him back. I think he's looking good. We've wanted to make sure he's gotten back to 100%, and so with that group, we've played with the guy with the hot hand, and so we haven't played him much, but he's coming back and looking good, and we'll continue to play the healthy guys as much as we can.
Hey, Coach. Last year you guys moved Hoppus from defensive end to tight end. What kind of started that, and what have you seen from him this past year?
Really an athletic kid, a good route runner. I think he's continued to improve blocking, so I think that's helping him. We've liked how he's picked up the offense. He's kind of been in a backup role with Sethan Carter being out. He's been elevated a little bit, so we're expecting him to continue to improve and become even a better blocker. He's a good threat running routes.
Thank you.
All righty.